Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about an area of the Wilmington NC region. We're going to talk about the Ogden Murrayville area. Hi, my name is Brian Schrader. I'm with the Coastline NC real estate team at BlueCoast Realty Corporation down here in southeastern North Carolina. Hey, I've been doing real estate down here for the past 20 years. I've been living down here since 1996. So today we're going to talk about two different areas. Instead of a big neighborhood, we're going to break it down. These areas have different sub areas or sub neighborhoods within them. So we're going to talk about the broad spectrum because the neat thing about these two regions is they have a lot of amenities outside their area that people have access to instead of having multiple amenities inside the individual neighborhoods. But let's go ahead and take a look. As you can see here on the map here, the red area, that's where Murrayville and Ogden sit, just north of the Wilmington city limits. So you can see there in New Hanover County, it's the peninsula that you see there. To the left, you got the Cape Fear River. To the right, you have the Atlantic Ocean. So let's take a closer look. The red circle area that you see here, that's the area that we're going to be focusing in on. That's the Murrayville, Ogden area. Within that, we're going to talk about the amenities within it, the parks. So let's take another closer look. This is a snapshot of a flood map. You'll see here that there's a couple areas of that brown AE zone. There's a small little creek that goes up in there. But if you own a home that touches anywhere in that brown shaded area, you're going to be required to carry flood insurance because you're in that AE zone. Pretty much everything else outside of that is going to be in zone X, so you're not going to be required to carry flood insurance if you have a mortgage on the property. Now, the closest beach, and it's a huge asset to this area, is going to be Wrightsville Beach. It's about a 9-mile drive to get to Wrightsville Beach from Ogden or Murrayville, depending on where you're located. But it's a big asset being close by to Wrightsville because, as you can see here, you got really pretty water, pretty sands, and it's just a gorgeous beach to have at your fingertips within a short few-minute drive. So another cool thing about this area is that you're close to the downtown area. As you can see here along the Cape Fear River, you got the Riverwalk, you've got restaurants, you got bars, pubs, so many things to do in the downtown Wilmington area. You got the historic district, so it's pretty cool to have this. This is about a 15-minute drive from the Ogden Murrayville area. But let's get back to it here. You'll see that this is an aerial of some of the homes in the Ogden area. You'll find that's a little bit higher density than some of the other neighborhoods we've talked about. But again, a lot of the areas have very low HOA or not an HOA at all. So you'll see that these neighborhoods within Ogden are pretty much less restricted. But one of the cool things about Ogden is being right next to this park. This is Ogden Park. It's got baseball fields, it's got football fields, it's open to the public, it's got a really cool skate park as well. But let me just shift over here and show you some of the aerials here. Here's some shots of the baseball fields. They got the batting cages, and it's really neat to be able to ride your bike or walk up to these areas. But kind of moving through the park, they got a nice little pond area, a nice little walking trail. They do have some fields that are lit up. They do have a football field. They have many different soccer fields. So if you show up here on the weekends, you'll see that the fields are filled up with little youth soccer groups. But one of another cool things about Ogden and this Ogden Park is the skate park here. It's one of the cool ones here in the area. But if you like the skateboard, this is awesome. They built this a few years back, and it's been a huge asset to the area. Another cool amenities here as we move along. They do have tennis courts, pickleball courts in Ogden Park. So again, open to the public. So, it's first come, first serve. I think there might be a few leagues that meet up here on the weekends, but it's another neat aspect, another neat amenity to the park itself. So kind of panning out here, moving through. You can see Ogden there in some of the homes in the background, but this is a shot of their playing fields. Again, this is all, there's a one field that's lit up there for football, I think, and then you see the fields in the background for soccer. But they also have a really cool playground for kids, so it's a neat place to ride up there. But before we get into some of the other neighborhoods, let's talk about some of the taxes, because I know a lot of people ask me about real estate taxes. It's one of the nice things about our area is that we have low real estate taxes. So if you have a house assessed in Ogden at around $330,000, you roughly pay around $1,800 a year in annual real estate taxes. And Murrayville is roughly the same. So let's just say if you have a house that's assessed at $250,000, you'll roughly pay around $1,300 per year in annual real estate taxes. And here's some of the parks. We already talked about Ogden Park, but you also have Smith Creek Park and Olson Park right next door as well. A few outliers here in the Ogden area is that there are a couple communities that do have pools, and there are a couple communities here in these areas that are gated, but they're far and few between. But here's one of them there. But right next to Ogden, you also have Smith Creek Lake. Here's a shot of it. You can see it's a neat little clear water lake. You can boat on it, you can kayak it, you can fish it. There's also a nice loop that goes around it, so you'll see a lot of people walking it, biking it. But it's another cool park here in the area. But there you can see the kayak launch area, so you can launch from there and paddle around, get your exercise in. They also have like a playground area up at the front of this park here. You can see some restroom facilities, little playground. You see some guys fishing there on the banks there as well. But this is another really cool amenity to check out here in the area. Again, it's open to the public, so you do not have to live in Ogden or Murrayville to visit these parks. It's just really convenient to these guys and residents that live here in the area. So just going up the street, this is Murrayville. So it's an area just north of Ogden. It's really close to Laney High School, but I wanted to get some aerials. They do have some future development areas. You'll see that a lot of the homes, the HOAs here, if there is an HOA, it's less restrictive. You'll see a lot of fenced-in yard, privacy fences, big backyard. So if you're looking for maybe a little bit more space, a little bit less restrictive as far as the HOA goes, you might want to check out this Murrayville area. Price points in these areas, what I'm going to do, I'm going to post a link in the description of this video so you can check out the ones in Ogden. You can also check out the ones in Murrayville. It'll have everything for sale, everything that has sold too, so you can check out what things are selling for, and also check out availability, what's listed currently in the marketplace. But flying around this area, you can see some of the homes there. Some of them have like little, some trees in the background, a little bit of buffer. So it's another neat area here close to all those parks. And we got one last park that butts up to Murrayville that we're going to talk about here. This is Olson's Park. Olson Park is right next to Murrayville, but also butts up to Laney High School. Again, you'll find here in this park, you got a plethora of baseball field, you got some volleyball courts, basketball courts, you got some playing fields in the background. They do have a really nice, you can see there in the distance, playground for the kids and everything. But this is another neat park. You got beach volleyball there you saw in the clip. Another neat park to check out. Another neat asset of living here in the Murrayville, Ogden area. So if you guys have any questions about this area, there's different breakdowns, different neighborhoods within these two areas. So if any questions, feel free to give me a call here at the number, or if you have any questions about our general area. We cover Pender County to the north, New Hanover County, which is Wilmington, and all of Brunswick County, from basically Leland all the way down to the South Carolina border. So again, it's Brian Schrader with the Coastline NC Real Estate Team. We hope this has been beneficial to you, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and we'll see you guys here on the next area update. Take care now.